Hello dear student, how are you? Are you okay? Okay, in this video we study about lesson 4 about multiply in chapter 4 about multiply three factors at page 72. Example 1, you use a parenthesis to find the product. We need to use a parenthesis to find the product. 4 multiply, for example, in example A we have 4 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 5 equal to what? The first time we do multiplication in the parenthesis, 4 times 2 equal to what? Equals 8 times 5 equal to what? Equals 14. After that, multiply by the numbers in our parenthesis. Okay, in example 2 we have 2 times 5 multiplied by 5 also equal to what? 2 multiplied by 5 equals 10. We do multiplication in the parenthesis. After that, multiply by the number in out of parenthesis. 10 2 times 5 equals 10. 10 times 5 equals 50, students. And we have practices also. Practice say 2 times 5 times 2 equal to what? 2 times 5 equals 10 and times 2 equals 20, students. Because we have 2 in out, we have 10 times 2 equal to 20. In practice 4 also we have 6 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 6 equal to what? The first time we do multiplication in the parenthesis, 6 times 2 equals 12. 12 multiplied by 6 equals 72. We do 6 times 2 equals 12. 2, 1 up. 6 times 1 equals 6 plus 1 equals 7. So 12 multiplied by 6 equals 72. In practice 5 we have 3 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 2. I tell you use parentheses by two different ways, students. By two different ways. First time the second number, first number and the second number in the parenthesis, and the second way we do a parenthesis from second number and third number. 3 times 4 in the parenthesis equals 12 multiplied by 2 equals 24. Or you can say 3 multiplied by 4 multiplied 2, 4 multiplied by 2 equals 8, and 3 multiplied by 8 equals 24. Also, students have the same answer by both of the ways, students. In question 6, we have 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3. 3 multiplied by 3 equals 9, multiplied by 3 equals 9 multiplied by 3 equals 27, student. In practice 8 we have 6 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 1. 6 multiplied by 2 equals 12, and 12 multiplied by 1 equals 12, student. Practice 11 we have 11 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 2. First time we do multiplication in the parenthesis, 5 multiplied by 2 equals 10. 10 multiplied by 11 equals 110. 1 multiplied by we haven't we do remove the 0, students. 1 multiplied by 11 equals 11. Because you write have 0, we write down 0 in the answer. In question 17 you have 9 times 0 times 12 equals what? 9 times 0 equals 0, and 0 times 12 equals 0, students, because we have 0 equals, the answer equals to 0. I think that's enough for this lesson. See you in the next lesson, students. Now we are studying about mental math multiplication pattern. This lesson is lesson 5 in chapter 4 at page 74, students. For example, I tell you find the product. We need to find the product. If for example I give you 50 times 7 equals what? Remove the 0 if we haven't. Look, we have 50 times 7. We haven't for example we have the 0. 5 multiplied by 7 equals 35, and because you have 0, write down 0 in the answer, students. Okay. And example B we have 7 multiplied by 20. If you look, we have 2 times 7 equals 14. Because you have 0 in multiplication, you write down 0 in the answer also. Because you have 1 0, we write down 1 0 in the answer. And 7 times 200 equal to what? 7 times 2 equals 14. Because we have 2 zeros, we need to write down 2 0 in the answer. So 7 multiplied by 200 equal to 1400. In another question we have 7 multiplied by 2000. 7 multiplied by 2 equals 14. Because we have 3 zeros, we need to write down 3 zeros in the answer. And another question we have 7 multiplied by 20,000. 7 multiplied by 2 equals 14. And because we have 4 zeros, we need to write down 4 zeros equals 140,000, students. Okay, now we have 5 multiplied by 80 equal to what? 5 multiplied by 8 equal to 40. Because we have 1 0, we write down 1 0 in the answer. And we have 5 multiplied by 800. 5 multiplied by 8 equals 40. Because we have 2 0, write down 2 0 in the answer. And now we have 5 multiplied by 8,000. 5 multiplied by 8 equal to 40. Write down 3 0 in the answer. We have 40,000. Another question, we have 5 multiplied by 80,000. 5 multiplied by 8 equal to 40. Because we have 4 zeros, we write down 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 zeros, so we have 400,000 students. And another question, we have 6 multiplied by 5 equals 30. 60 multiplied by 5 equal to what? Because we have 6 multiplied by 5 equals 30 and we have 1 0 there, write down the 0 equals 300, or you can say 60 multiplied by 5 equal to 300 students. Another question, we have 60 multiplied by 50. 6 multiplied by 5 30. Because you have 1 and 2 0, write down 2 zeros in the answer equals 3000. Okay, now we have 600 multiplied by 50. 6 multiplied by 5 equals 30. And because you have 3 0, write down 3 zeros in the answer. Okay, now we are going to solve the practice at page 74 and 75. At page 74, we have practice 2, 3, and 4. For example, we have 3 multiplied by 20 equals what? Equals 60. 3 multiplied by 2 equals 6. We have 1 0, we write down 0. And 3 multiplied by 200 equals what? Equals 600 students. Because 3 multiplied by 2 equals 6, we have 2 zeros in the answer. 3 multiplied by 2000 equals 6000. Okay, and 4 multiplied by 400, 4 multiplied by 4 equals to 16. Because we have 2 zeros, write down the zeros in the answer equals 1600. And we have 4 multiplied by 4000, 4 multiplied by 4 equals to 16. Because we have 3 zeros, write down 3 zeros in the answer. We have another question, we have 4 multiplied by 40,000. 4 multiplied by 4 equals to 16, and because we have 4 zeros, we have 4 zeros in the answer equals what? Equals 160,000. Another question, we have 8 multiplied by 50. 8 multiplied by 5 equals 40, and because we have 0, write down 0 in the answer. 80 multiplied by 50 equal to what? 8 multiplied by 5 equals 40, and because we have 2 zeros, write down 2 0 in the answer. Okay, now we have 800 multiplied by 50. 8 multiplied by 5 equals 40. Because we have 3 zeros, we write down 3 0 in the answer equals 40,000 students. Question 10, we have 14 multiplied by 10. 10 multiplied by 4 equals 14 equals 114. If we look and remove the 0, 1 multiplied by 14 equals to 14, and write down the 0 in the answer equals 140. And question 11, we have 16 multiplied by 20. 2 multiplied by 6 equals 12. 2, 1 up. 2 multiplied by 1 equals 2. Plus 1 equals 3. Because we have 0 in the answer, write down 1 0 in the answer. So 16 multiplied by 20 equals to 320. I think that's enough for this lesson. See you in the next lesson, students. Goodbye.